to the light, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, praise Jesus. Praise Jesus. Praise Jesus. Jesus. Yahweh. Sorry, guys. I don't mean to joke on anyone's religion, but welcome back to another video. Now we are in the light. So a bit calmer from the video that I just shot, of course, because I don't want to say too much, but if you pick up on what I did, I hope you did. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Sending out so much love to y'all. And I actually got to change my intro because that's going to leave trails from my old endeavors. But I just wanted to say really quickly that I need y'all to understand that this experience, right? We are alone in this together. No one can walk in your motherfucking shoes. And that became so apparent to me when I started to meet others along my journey, the beginning of my journey. And I started to realize that I really had something to give to a community, at least from the mind standpoint, where whatever I was doing was working, and whatever I continue to do is working. And I told myself that I need to start standing on it. I appreciate all of you who have supported me in the past, and I do hope that some do return from my other corners of the internet and pick up on my frequency again. When people watch my videos, other souls in this, they say they get deja vu too when they watch my videos. And that's because I've done this multiple times, living multiple lives. I don't know if I'm actually here just trying to get others out of this system, to help you graduate from this school. And to even say to help you is an ego thing. I don't even put my videos out, necessarily that I want to help. It's more to inspire you to look within yourself. There are so many distractions going on, so much fear mongering going on. And I need to actually preface that really quickly with everything. I'm talking fear-mongering in religion, fear-mongering in the news, fear-mongering in the damn GMO food. You guys have to understand, unless you're just totally non-playable characters, why would you come to a world that started to have GMO food? Why would you come to a world in a game? Why would you come during this point in time if you believe like that? Why would God put you here in this particular time? What do any of you actually ask these deeper questions about yourself? Because if you ask them, well then, sonny boyo or girly girlo, you're on the path. You're walking the path. You're starting to walk it, and it will not be easy. I can't even lie to you and sugarcoat that it will be easy. But it is simple in theory, but difficult in execution. You have to completely reprogram your mind. You have to take the reins. You have to get up on that little horsey in your mind, and you have to go hard. I always tell my peers who I tried to wake up, because they even say this to you, the people that are really trying to change the community, like in a community locally, they're the least person listened to. I don't know if this to be true, because the whole beliefs and everything, but I've seen this happen firsthand with myself, where I was literally creating things with the law. And when I go to tell others that you need to be militant about reprogramming your mind, militant, like you're in the military, you're forcing yourself to put yourself through a training, to training the muscle of your mind and your imagination to create this, to use your mental powers as a weapon. Sometimes I was laughed at. From 14, I was telling people to not get distracted with celebrities. From 14, I was saying, why do people put so much time into celebrities and the Facebook? I was saying it. It's literally so funny being like the person I was at 14 and even younger than that, where I was questioning reality forever, and I finally started to get answers. I first started asking, who is God? I would look at myself in the mirror and be like, who is God? That motherfucker picked me up by my neck and put me in the mirror. Said, I'm within you, my son, my child. I started getting visions that literally helped me change my life around. Like, not in terms of like my life was already being bad, but it gave me such a new perspective. It empowered me. By the way, that whole mirror reference is to Toby Nwigwe, so thanks for that. I think I said his name completely wrong, but he said that in a bar in a song and it was so fire. He asked God to show him who he was and what he looked like, and he turned him in a mirror. Because that's the most accurate representation of God that I can give you, bro. And why this video is the light is because I want to tell y'all that it's time to wake up and see the light. And see the motherfucking light, bro. That sunshine that's peeking in your fucking eyeballs. That sunshine that's coming from your heart center, motherfuckers. Y'all have to understand that this is an internal journey, man. This is an internal journey. And when you start really waking up to your power, you're not... Fuck this whole shit. Fuck this system. It's fake. This shit can't... There's nothing outside of you that can beat you, man. I read the holographic universe. Peep this. I read the holographic universe, and it literally tells the tale. It pulls from different... The man who wrote it, of course. I said the Michael Talbot. That literally there was a man in the concentration camp, like, you know, one of the survivors of that horrible human event, right? Where he literally believed among everybody else, and this is how you know mindset is key. He said every single one of his peers thought it was the end of the world, that they would not survive, and he was determined. He said, "No, I'm gonna survive." He trained his mind to be able to turn off like his fucking neuroreceptors to turn off the pain in his body, or at least nullify it. I've seen this with hypnotists. You guys have to wake up from the world around you. Your mind can be much deadlier and stronger than you know, but you're under mind control. And mind control used to not be bad. Mind control is actually neutral, just like money. Depending on who is in control of it, it can be dangerous. And I just want to tell you, the motherfuckers that are in control of it right now are using it dangerously. You are getting tugged. You are getting yanked around. You are getting played. Every man-made fucking thing here. You know, granted, the things that make life easier to handle. So I'm not saying, you know, go broke, go woke, go fucking run in a forest and survive that way. No, that is not the point of consciousness. Not at all. All of this conscious work, being your divinity, is to just be who you are. But do not become attached to this material plane. There is much better outside. Haven't you realized this? We have to wake up, eat shit, and do all that, right? Work out to stay fit and all of it. And I honestly enjoy some of this stuff, but it's not always a fun process. Then you get in the state of questioning your life. That's actually when life begins, I'm not going to lie. But don't you realize what this is? All the disgusting stuff that pisses you off on social media, all the stuff they pump into the news, all the wars that they cause here. You know it's such a simple fix to end all of this stuff? It is. The solution is actually simple. I wrote about it when I was a kid. It's simple. It's the simplest thing to see. Yes, everyone has a different picture of what the world should be or what it is, and yada, yada, yada. But let me tell you right now, if we all were doing what we really wanted to do in life, and I'm talking about without stepping, because that's my philosophy I created for myself and my morals I live by. If we're truly here to create a reality that, you know, where everyone can do at least what they want in terms of, like, you know, within reason, my philosophy, with not stepping on others, do you really think motherfuckers would be having war for fun? Or staging 95% of the shit that goes on? Do you, when you look at your neighbor and you look at all these hardworking people, do you really believe that this is the life? Yes, this is the life that they imagine for themselves. I came here to go to war and die. You know, someone tried to tell me that being a real man and real men are the ones that go to war and die and come home traumatized. Yeah, when I saw that on my old channel, I laughed out fucking loud because yes, they are men. Yes, people have fought for our freedom. All respect goes out to veterans and everything that have been drawn into fucking like war of like a chess game to be pawns of bigger players in the grand scheme of things. But could you imagine if everyone boycotted to fight these wars? And I'm not talking about when it was mandatory, because I'm not going to say everything they tell us in history is staged or fake, but it's definitely his story for a reason. But all these war scares that come up, that try to get you to feed into the reality, because if you know how this system works and how these universal laws work, the more attention you give to something, the more you make it real, the more you create it, which is why you need to create your own reality and bring the focus back on you. But why do you think the focus is on all this war tension? Why is there war tension? Who wants that? We as people want that? And then whether these things that be happening in the news with, the recent one, Ukraine, not to speak bad on it, my condolences for the real lives lost, where they show people surrendering and putting their guns down. Why are they showing things like that? To show that there's life behind these motherfuckers' eyes? Both sides would need to boycott. It's simple. Like these things are simple, but that's the thing. There's no gain. There's no greed. We have to wake up, bro. This shit is deeper than religion. This shit is a spiritual war on some degrees, right? If you're fighting it. I stay out the middle. I stay in between. I observe it from both sides, and I try to keep unbiased about everything. There are things I don't like, and I'm like, wow, I wish I didn't have to see this, and I wish I didn't have to hear certain things. Damn. But at the same time, I'm one voice among many that would have to connect to be able to truly stop this shit. A lot of people are saying the new world is coming in order, and I hope my energy is given to that new world being created. You hear everybody hinting about this new world, man. I've seen visions of it forever. This shit's not new to me. Another thing I want to touch on, spirituality is not new. Spirituality, spiritual practices, and all this shit is not new. Nothing is new under the sun. This is just regurgitated stuff that's coming back up through the gods that are stuck here. We're just channeling it again because there needs to be a change. We're supposed to be creating heaven on earth, bro. This is a school, man. You've heard Dolores Cannon say it. This is a school. We're supposed to learn how to manipulate energy and leave. That's why I think there is supposed to be a balance. I think there's supposed to be dark and light going on down here. I think duality is supposed to go on down here. But it's not supposed to go on to the degree where the balance is tipped in darkness. It is definitely tipped in darkness. Right? But these motherfuckers that are using, these motherfuckers are using this stuff against you. Using chakra, using satanic ritual abuse in Hollywood, all of this stuff. They're using it at you and they're laughing at you because they're making you think that it's actually satanic stuff when it's just the hidden dark side part of you that you need to overcome. And then when you realize these symbols that they're using, which is why you really need to understand these symbols and these hand mudras and all these signs that they're doing, you need to understand them because it's a distraction, bro. They're distracting you from yourself. It's an energy harvest because this is all about energy. You need to put your energy back into yourself, and you need to be careful when you form these communities. That's why I can't ever be the leader of forming one of these communities. I feel like I can't do it. Sometimes, maybe. But sometimes I feel like I can't do it because it just leads to argue. Like, motherfuckers should not be arguing. I say arguing is such a waste of time. There's nothing to argue about. You bring your things to the table of what you realized about reality, and you convince yourself, and you bring suggestions to people. Even if you're learning under someone, how they tell you the student is the master and the master is the student. Because you're always learning. So you're supposed to hear different perspectives and be able to live in harmony with each other, not destroy each other. But they don't give a fuck. And most of these people in this shit don't give a fuck. That's why I never have considered myself spiritual from day one. I say, yes, I'm in the spiritual works. You can say I'm spiritual, but I don't take that title. Because I am telling you, these motherfuckers are idiots within this community. I'm not lying, bro. It's a bunch of motherfuckers just arguing with each other, trying to flash who what knows. Oh, be vegan. Oh, be enlightened. bro, it doesn't matter. It's your mind at the end of the day. Don't worry, I will touch on stories about this. You know, and I plan for this channel to be my baby, where I go insane with this one. All from me. No schemes, you know, no trying to be a desolate, like not desolate, but a hard rock bottom type of, YouTuber. I want to play over some games. I want to do some shit, and I'll let what come to me is meant to come to me. And, you know, if you can read the frequency and you can pick up on it, good for you. You're in a dope ass part of this web that is the internet, because I'm never going to lie to you. I'm going to give it to you straight. I'm not going to lie to you. I have no reason to. Even on my old channels, I don't lie. I just put out what I got to say. I don't got time for lying. It doesn't matter to me. I don't got time to fake this. I'm in my real life putting this shit to the test. Y'all should see me. If you heard in my shadow video, the darkness video, bro, the things that I had to overcome to be this light now, like Bruce Lee said, heart lighter than a feather. Like Egyptians said, light harder than a feather when you're passed through the gate. You have to realize the real enemy is within yourself. It's time to start walking around with your head up. Stop. Yeah, well, let's go off and stop. Stop being down on yourself. Stop being depressed. Stop being anxiety, man. Stop being anxiety. Stop being anxious. Rise up. Take your power seriously. Rise up. Take your power. And nail this stuff. Put all this negativity and all this shit down in the coffin, bro. But experience it. Make sure you experience it. Because I'm not one of those dudes that are going to run around here, or one of these fairies and tell you that stray away from negativity. It's all positive. No, some of you may need that reinforcement where you're just going hard with positivity to the point where you freaking eradicate your darkness. But always be integrating it, but never let it overcome you. And that's what I've done with my shadow. My head is mostly clear most of the day, and that was achieved through meditation. I'm not going to lie to you. But don't worry, I will make meditation videos. I've made them in the past. You know, also, I didn't plan to show my sexy face on the channel, but I might eventually. We'll just see. You know. But we have to overcome this system. We have to overcome ourselves. Because that is the system. Sorry, I'm over here burping. Whew. You have to go. I feel it such in a flow right now. Like I actually feel high right now because that's what it is. I'm on a higher frequency. You have to believe, man. You have to believe in yourself to achieve anything, bro. I'm telling you. Fuck all this red pill YouTuber shit. Fuck all these big names. I'm not going to name drop because I don't want to do this on that channel. You know, unless someone asks me about personally what I think about someone and another, I'll say some things. But I'm never going to say much because I don't want to judge anyone else. I want to be a god in my corner because there's pantheons of gods that don't interact. That's the whole funny thing about this. There are pantheons and pantheons and pantheons of gods, and probably some little island in the middle of nowhere that you don't know about that has their own pantheon of gods where they're doing their own thing, vibing out, because these are multiple realities. So I'm in my corner. But I'm saying fuck this shit and fuck the content. I mean, use self-help and everything which you need in moderation, you know, everything in moderation. But I'm telling you the one thing you need right here, if you're still listening to this video right now, is that you are the shit. You are the one. You're Neo. You're all the Zodiacs. You're the power. You're everything. You're the fucking beast. You're the beast, bro. You eat devils for breakfast and you eat angels for breakfast. Or you eat devils for breakfast, you eat fallen angels for breakfast, and your fucking angels is your ammunition. You have to start using your imagination like this. I actually did that in my mind. Let me give you all this. I have a throne in my mind that came to me naturally, so I started to do this. And a war table. Like a throne, 4 thrones and a war table type shit. But it started as a throne. Where in my head, memories and stuff and visions would play as a movie reel. And I have 4 versions of myself, right? Just like the egos I create here. But I have 4 versions of myself. I have the one that I call the limbo one, where it's kind of hanging in the balance, the middle. Then I have the devil and the angel. And then I have the 4th one, which is, I would say, my straight higher self. So I guess you can call the limbo one maybe me, the human one, whatever. But I don't make them. But yeah, it came out naturally like that. I make them serve me. And my higher self is basically the one that gets them in order and has all this shit in order. But like right now, I see them in my head, all arms crossed, smiling at me making this video because I'm done with the shits, bro. I'm not letting people like that little girl come in my video and tell me what I may be and not be in alignment and shit like that. And you need to stop that shit too. You know, and I say that too, right? I'm not against religion and anyone that's in it. If it's working for you, work. Let it work. You know, I'm not against it. Let it work for you. And keep doing it if it works, right? And it's attracting stuff in your life. But one thing I will not stand by is motherfuckers who are a part of some other group and try to put down other motherfuckers doing this. No, that doesn't make any sense. Because if you're fighting against something, then you got something to work out. And I always find that weird with religious fanatics or a lot of the religion stuff I'm seeing pushed now. And it's funny that there's a lot of religion being pushed now when people talked about long ago. I heard this conspiracy, right? Project Bluebeam. I heard a lot about that conspiracy, right? And here's what's funny about it is they said UFOs would be released and they'll start projecting, I guess, holographic messiahs into the sky like Jesus Christ or something, right? But what's funny is what if, think about this, let your mind free, let it bend and twist and think. Now that they're doing all these UFO things, like one part of Project Bluebeam, that the Jesus stuff is all these religious creators being pushed. I see a lot of religious creators being pushed in the algorithm for some reason. And that could be because of the content that I handle. When I go to make my content, I notice the algorithm switches. But mostly it remains gaming and stuff. But I see sometimes that religion's getting pushed a lot. And maybe it's also happening like that due to people feeling like we're in the end times and people saying the Bible's coming true. And I mean, duh, because if the Bible's a script, I'd imagine they'd be following the script. Like, you know what's crazy? I want to drop this little thing in here too. One, learn gematria because gematria is crazy. Learn it if you can or play around with it. You know, learn simple gematria and ordinal, the ordinal simple stuff. Man, I found connections between my name and all the channels I've had on, you know, YouTube and things that I've created and other weird shit that lines up. So super sick. But one thing I want to drop is, man, I seen a video where literally, what is it? I want to make sure I reference it right so you can look it up. I think it's like this little, like this Eater of Solomon or something in the Bible that matched. I don't know if I want to say all this because I don't want my video to kind of I want it to stay on topic. Now, you know what? I'm gonna stay away from this topic for now, and I'll say it in another video because I want this one to remain about light and you just being confident and standing on your shit and just about this whole shit. And truthfully, I want you to stand. You got to stand in your motherfucking power, man. This reality is scripted whether you believe it or not, and you need to start rewriting your own script. But truthfully, if religion works for you, go crazy. But don't be that motherfucker who is attacking other beliefs. And if it seems like I'm doing that at all, get the fuck out of here. I don't care, man. Believe in what you want to believe in. The truth is, no matter what, I'm going to tell you right now what I've come to learn. And it's even funny when I see this referenced in animes, in Demon Slayer, funny enough, where literally a character said to one of the dying characters, or a dying character said it to his alive brother, and he said, when praying to none of the gods works, none of the gods can save you, not even Buddha, you know, and only you can save yourself. And that is what I'll leave that at. You are your own savior. There's nothing coming back here to save you. Your own faith, though, in whatever it is, will save you. You're safe. Your belief in yourself will save you. No one can save you. I can't even save you. I can do these videos and yell into the clouds. The only thing that you can do is apply this confidence and be hard. Stay hard, like David Goggins. But I've been at that point, man. I've been at that point where people don't understand me and my peers. I feel like I've always made communities online where people are like-minded individuals, and I love every single one of y'all. That's like real love, like genuinely the ones who watch me for me. They'll call me out on my bullshit if I ever say some bullshit. But then, I really met some cool people through these journeys. Met long-lasting friends that I know I'm going to have forever and be a part of this collective. And that, blah, 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 I'm getting cheesy. But I need y'all to understand that when you hit that point where you're misunderstood and people don't understand you, but you're living in harmony and you've made peace in your life, you're getting there, man. You're getting there. And I'm going to just let you know that is the work of something divine, especially being down on this type of plane. And I don't even think it's bad down here because I feel like some of us like the game of life. I feel like some of us do come back to just play it. I feel like it doesn't all have to be about escaping this place. But if we were truly to make it and create it into a heaven, we need a different way of thinking, man. We need a different mindset. I would say that some of us, even though, it's funny enough, spirituality is like the end all be all, and not necessarily the end all be all, but it's the key to the transformation. It's just that I think we need new ways of thinking about it. I think we need to empower people for real, for real. But we need to empower the people to stand up together. Motherfuckers are too busy about I like this, and you can lose your friend over fucking believing this, and oh, distraction over here, and distraction over here, and we gotta fight about this, and all these different names and pronouns and this and that, and bro, what the fuck is all this? Are we all seeking validation to be accepted as one another? Just accept one another. It is that simple. It is that simple. That's what I'm saying. It's always so simple that it's overlooked. That is everything. Whatever. You can believe I'm wrong. I have just one perspective, but I'm telling you, it's always so simple that it's looked over. Anyways, with this channel, I'm standing on my stuff. And I'm going to be here with y'all through this. And I'm going to give y'all the honest, anytime I figure anything out or techniques that I try in person, I will drop them on these channels. And yeah. So thank you for tuning in to The Frequency, lovely souls. I'll see you. And if anyone knows my profile picture, which is, it's Obero or Mirage, his code name, that fake code name is Obero from Spriggan. And if you know the song in Spriggan, Seeking the Truth, you know what? Look up that song if you got some time. Seeking the Truth in Spriggan. Spriggan the anime. I love y'all. Peace out.